Hello, the name is Doris, Disco Doris, 009, licensed to chill. Welcome everybody, how the devil are you? Hi Kate, hi Ghostly, hi Snowdrake, hi Soda, hi Pokey. Sorry about the mute at the start, it was supposed to change over automatically and it didn't. But there you go. Never mind. So, how are you all doing? How has your week been? What's been going on? Do you have any victories? Do you have any little positive moments? Do you have any little funny moments that you want to share? Hi, Akuma! How has the week been for you? I'm hoping people had better weeks than last week because the community as a whole had a bit of a downer last week. So, we're not about saying that down times don't happen because they absolutely do. But hopefully everybody's a little bit better. So I had to clean the pasta off my face just before I started. I had pasta with pork and tomato and ricotta pesto. And the tomato and ricotta pesto went all over the place. Grandma's finally out of hospital. Lovely, Ghostly. And I know Kate's dad is out of hospital as well. So those are both big wins for this week. Yay! Great news. Great news. So really nice to hear that people are on the mend. My mum's also on the mend. She's been out and about today. She's been across to... the coach was picking them up from the retirement village. She was going across to Runnymede and then they were going to get on a boat along the Thames and back to Windsor. So she was going to spend some time in Windsor and then a coach back from Windsor as well. You're playing a bit of RuneScape to prep for showing another streamer the rope since he's hit an incentive and now his mod team are making him play MMOs for a week. He doesn't play MMOs probably on account of his ADHD, so this will be fun. I mean, there's no ADHD here. I mean, I didn't score for every single category of inattentive and hyperactive. That wasn't something that happened to me, Soda. And now you know why I get completely sidetracked in every game I play. Yes, same. Yeah, it's a thing. But I mean, I've been managing to get plenty of work done this week. It's not exactly a victory, but it's at least been happening. So, hi Dina! How goes with Dina? You had a RuneScape account in 2004. You managed to get a rare outfit. I wonder if your account still exists. I suspect it depends whether you can remember the character name and the password, Pokey. Hi, Shiny. On the other hand, some MMOs definitely have a policy to clean out inactive accounts every so often. It's going. Not sure what direction, but it's going. We're hearing about recoveries. So Ghostly's grandma's on the mend. Kate's dad's on the mend. And hopefully your mum is on the mend as well, Dina. My mum is on the mend. Hi, you have a date tonight? Nice, Shiny. Lovely. That's definitely some positive thing. Well, that's what Toast Time's all about, Shiny. We try and get together and share good news and what our victories have been this week, even if they're tiny, tiny victories. You know, we've definitely celebrated some of the neurodivergents managing to clean their teeth every day for a week. You know, that's a thing. You know, anything people struggle with, if they manage to overcome, even for a short period of time, all about celebrating it. You had a terrible week at work, lots of small stuff that popped up and prevented you getting anything done and left you drained. So your victory is that the week is over. I know you said you were exhausted yesterday, Snowdrake. Look after yourself and allow yourself to recharge over the weekend. Don't push yourself to do stuff over the weekend as well. Your mum's doing well as well, but annoyed because she doesn't know how to lie down anymore. She's still only allowed to sit up and walk for 10 minutes at a time. Yeah. Got non-verbal learning disorder as well as the autism. I mean, autism and ADHD have big overlaps. I don't have that overlap at all, which is, unusual, but yeah. ADHD can exist entirely outside of the autism. Your victory is basically that you got your bed sheets changed and washed. You've been very unproductive. That's fine. At least you've got nice, clean bed sheets to snuggle into, Dina. You have the overlap and it's a problem. Yeah, absolutely. You have to get some stuff done over the weekend. You have visitors next week, so you gave yourself today off. Oh, well, at least you had some downtime, Snowdrake. I've been pondering, the issue of downtime a little for myself. Because now that I'm working, I don't have a day which is downtime. Because obviously I stream Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then with doing work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and taking mum out Mondays and Wednesdays, it's I probably need to actually try and figure in some downtime, and I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to juggle all of that. I mean, it's easy to lean back onto the hyperactivity and just be doing all the time, but it does lead to burnout, and as you know, stream tends to suffer if I suffer from burnout. I'm like, I can't be bothered to stream, and I'd rather that wasn't the case, but I haven't figured it out yet. Cat walked over the clean sheet with his dirty stinky paws. I feel that, Dina. We've been having the bedroom wardrobes fitted, or bedroom closets, depending on how. I mean, they're not really closets, they are built-in wardrobes. So I define a closet as something that's actually built into the fabric of the house. This is not. This is being built in front of the walls. So the John White is John is a cat, Cade. They are problems. Just generally, cats are problems. I'm taking Kaya to the vet tomorrow, in the morning. It's not urgent, but he's grinding his teeth after eating, so I think he might have some dental issues. And if he hasn't got dental issues, then he's probably got some pain somewhere else. So I definitely need to get him checked, see what's happening. Cats are beings of pure chaos, that's why. Absolutely. I mean, any house that people claim to be haunted, the first thing to ask is, do you have a cat? Because unexplained bumps in the night, normally cats. Definitely a thing. The 3 a.m. zoomies. Fortunately, mine don't do the 3 a.m. zoomies any longer. They are elderly pussycats. Having said that, Mandalay is still being a problem. She's asleep on the hats again. So if you could refrain from either you've got to refrain from redeeming hat, or you've got to be okay with me wearing the same hat as yesterday. Because that's a thing. Mandalay likes the comfy hats. I mean, to a certain extent, it's my own problem. Because you have the peculiar fortune of both having cats and a ghost. Yeah. I've got a big laundry bag, which I keep all the hats in. Akuma is now being a problem. Mandalea's hat. I'm not disturbing Mandalay. You're getting the same hat as yesterday. That's what's happening. Hi, Roz. I hope the work goes well. Yeah, so the bag of hats should, it is a nice hat. You don't see the sides of it. The sides of it are really pretty. Let me show you. See the beautiful embroidery of the deer down one side? Yeah, so the problem is that the hat bag has a drawstring on it and it's hung on a screw that's really near the ceiling, and I have to be right up on my tiptoes to get the drawstring over the edge of the... Once it's hung up, I can't open the drawstring because it's too high up. So I got it down to get hats out, and I haven't put it back up because it's a stretch to get it back up. So now it's on the floor, and of course now there's a cat on it. Because cat. Akuma is an imposter. Well, it depends whether you're hosing the otter down with water or just beating the otter with a hose. Dina being sus too? What? Why was Dina being sus? You don't violence otters. No, we do not condone violencing otters here. The ghost in question doesn't really make noise though. She just misplaces things. That's ADHD, Soda. Tell me how I know. I think only verbal violencing of Lydia. Not that Ro's been in here for a very long time now. I don't know whether I've upset Ro somehow, but I hope not. You stumbled over a full dustpan in the kitchen just before stream. It's the same ghost I was talking about, Pokey. That's the ADHD ghost. Because I may have forgotten that I filled the dustpan up. That's true. Ro might not just be here because energy sucks. They are definitely on holiday. Yeah. But it's been about 4 weeks since I last saw Ro in here, Dina. No, I'm not the ghost. My ADHD is the ghost. That leaves full dustpans around the house. It's a thing. I can assure you. Oh, whilst I'm ADHDing, I found a pretty game which was on sale, and it's called SAMUDRA, that I want to play after toast time today. It's really pretty. It's hand illustrated. It's a deep sea journey. How much is, and it's a puzzler. How much is that going to work for me? So, hand-illustrated 2D puzzle game following a child's adventure across the polluted sea. Players encounter underwater creatures to uncover truths about surface dweller actions causing the polluted deep-sea world. Sounds amazing. Yeah, such a change of topic because ADHD struck. Absolutely. But yeah, deep sea, pollution, puzzles. Could it possibly be any better for me? I don't think so. Anyway, back to community. I'm sorry if there's any clattering in the background, by the way. Been having the wardrobes put in. The fitters haven't left yet. I think when my install was scheduled, Samudra is the Hindu god of the sea. It's another Indonesian game, Snowdrake. So, so entirely unsurprising that it's the Hindu god of the sea. I don't know whether I've... Oh, thank you for the flowers, Roz. I don't know if I've pronounced it correctly. I'm saying Samudra, but I don't know the pronunciation properly. It just looked like how it should sound. You're Hindu now, Shiny Platypus? Interesting. I would have thought you'd have gone the Buddhist route. Your brain is now amusing itself with the question of why this info is stored and where it came from. I mean, we're about sea gods here. Doris, after all, is the name given to one of the Greek pantheon. She was Poseidon's mother-in-law. Mother to all the sea nymphs, actually. So, yeah. I'm unclear, actually, as to whether she was a goddess or whether she was a titan. Don't question random info. Be happy you have random stuff you know. I mean, it's not like my brain isn't full of completely bizarre random information, is it? Like I was... So Fate needs to design a website for a company that does pet portraits. Real pet portraits, you know, actually done by individual artists, although I think most of them are digital art. But, you know, real artists working with drawing tablets. And I was like, in the back of my head, I've got a picture of portraits on, and they wanted something quite sort of luxurious, or, you know, they're a little bit more expensive because everybody does, you know, it is all hand-drawn art. And they wanted something that, you know, looked a little bit expensive. And I was like, I don't know, in the back of my head, I've got a sort of a really deep red gallery wall with pictures on it. I was like, I have no idea where that came from. Turned out it's the National Portrait Gallery in London. They have these deep red walls with the paintings on them, and the paintings really pop out. We're not going to use the dark red because Fate said it's one of those things that people apparently don't necessarily like dark colour websites. So I got turned down, but it was just one of those, the random facts thing. I was like, I have no idea why I have this deep red gallery golden ornate frame, but that's not a thing you can do very easily on a website, Dina. Also, it doesn't really work with digital art because there aren't golden ornate tablets or laptops. Shiny once calculated how many cups of sugar in calories it took to get to the moon. You don't remember the number though? Kilocalories. Not kilocalories, kilocalories. Actually, we were talking about having the menu bar dark red and with a cream rather than grey. Dina. It was autocorrect. Yeah, calories with a big C is also a shorthand for kilocalories. I don't know how many people know that. Again, stupid piece of information. But yeah, if calories is written with a capital C, it implies kilocalories rather than... No, you don't understand what I was talking about, Dina. Doesn't matter. We were talking about the actual website palette, not images within it. We were talking about the overall, like what the overall website looks like. There is a name for the palette of colours that you use, but I can't remember what it is offhand. I've learned all sorts of terms I didn't know about websites from Fate bouncing ideas off me. I didn't know what a hero page was, for example. Now I know what a hero page is. So, not that I want to explain it, because it's one of those things that I understand what it is, but I couldn't describe it properly because I am not as into all that sort of thing. You know what I mean with the palette of colours, yeah. There is a word for it, and I can't think what it is. ADHD brain has currently lost that particular term. You learn the whole website thing as a job because you learn the same. Do you know what it's called then, Dina? Presumably you only know the German term. I think colour palette works, but you don't remember, to be honest. Yeah, fair enough. I didn't know that you coded websites, Dina. Did you code websites? Because Fate doesn't just do the graphic design. Sometimes he just does the design, but he can code as well. You're lurking. Okay, Kate. Probably lurking off to Ryan, I should imagine. You know lots of stuff on how to protect websites from attacks and how those protections can backfire and kick legitimate customers out, but also nothing about design. So Pokey's going to be out next week because he's got to go to InfoSec in London, Snowdrake. I feel like that's the sort of thing that you'd also end up being hoiked off to, something like InfoSec. Fate's incredibly busy at the moment. I think he's got 3 different websites to build at the moment. You're going to go and finish getting ready for your date? Have a wonderful time, Shiny. You mostly did the design side of things and gave the coding to a different company because it was too much for you to also do. Fair enough. I mean, that's not unusual that the designers do the design and then hand over to a developer. Jessica says hi. Hello, Jessica. Whoever you be. Hi. You had a very amusing issue this week where you told every user from a giant customer, please make an account and then block their main office IP because it looked like an attack. because everybody was making accounts as you told them to, all at the same time. Oh no! I presume the main office IP block was an automatic response. Gosh, that must be very, very annoying, but I hope the giant customer understood about that. Or was there a very irritated somebody saying, you know, nobody can get through after you've asked us to make these accounts? You also did mostly print stuff and then everything car foiling, signs, light signs and stuff. You did 6 months courses after finishing the apprenticeship to learn coding too. Well done, Dina. I didn't know you had all that much stuff. What happened? Did they just not keep you on after the apprenticeship? You had it fixed pretty fast, so no harm done. There is sometimes things like that happen. You wonder what the heck. I had an issue this week with the IT at my company as well. So I've been flagged as an outside contractor or something, which means I cannot access any individual project folder without going through the IT and saying, please can you give me the security to do so. And every project folder I want to look at, they have to send me a new script that I have to run on my laptop to give me the security to open a project folder, even the ones that aren't confidential. They're very confused about how I got flagged in this particular security problem, because the way I've been engaged, I'm actually supposed to be part of the company. So that's led to me not being able to do the work I wanted to do at the time I wanted to do it, because I just kept having to wait for every single... And not only do I have to ask IT to unblock each single project and then get the script to run to open the project, but every single project manager has to be contacted and has to give the okay before they are comfortable to do it. They kicked you out because an apprentice is cheaper than a fully learned worker, and then the whole branch of media design is so overrun by workers that it's basically impossible to find a job without knowing somebody. Oh, that sucks. Sorry about that. I mean, there are places on the web you can freelance these days. I know that, you know, there are sort of places where, a bit like Fiverr, where you can offer... Oh, I didn't think that you were shit at your job. I didn't. I really didn't. There are places like Fiverr where people will post jobs that need doing and people can, you know, apply for them. Not that I think you're looking. I'm just... That's one of the ways, because Fate is a complete freelancer. He only works for himself. Well, he works for lots of different clients, but he works for different people. For some reason, I thought that the was this before the retraining or a different retraining? Because I felt like the retraining you were doing was something financial, but maybe I've got it completely arse about face. Sometimes I do. Sometimes my brain just doesn't latch on to listening properly. For Freelancing is nice and all, but in Germany you can't just start a business out of nothing because bureaucracy. The retraining came after that. Okay, so fair. And the retraining was something financial? I'd end up in your bucket after the 5th or whatever time they had to do it, and then you'd go on an expedition to figure out what went wrong. You finished the apprenticeship in January 2013. I don't think I knew about it, Dina. I'm not saying that you hadn't spoken about it, but I just might not have been paying attention when you were talking about it. Like, I don't think I knew you did it professionally. I knew that you'd done some sort of like dabbling in design, but I didn't realise you'd done a full apprenticeship on it. Industrial Management Assistant. I don't think that title exists here. That's probably a direct thing. But different countries do have different work cultures, so that's not entirely beyond the realms of possibility. Anything office related in production companies. You see, production companies here would just call you an office assistant. Or, you know, office worker. But I don't think people would specialise that much either. Because I've got plenty of friends that work in that sort of thing, like at factories and whatever. Yeah, you have to be a what they'd call a Jill of all trades. But yeah, be office support or office manager. Yeah. Not just in production companies either. You know, my brother having a dental surgery, his one member that covered all of the office staff was known as his practice manager. And yeah, she did all those sort of things. She did the accounting, she did the purchasing, she did the selling, she did the making sure the patient's records were all held correctly. She did, you know, legal compliance, all that sort of thing. I don't think she did the HR. I think my brother had to do that. As practice owner, I think he had to because effectively, because his practice manager was employed by him, she wasn't in charge of hiring anybody else. He had to be in charge of hiring all the nurses and everything and making sure that everybody had all of their needs met. So that was definitely a thing. I probably clued into when you were doing the accounting modules and shouting about it or something, Tina. This is probably not how it is, but that Kauffrau looks like it's a portmanteau and sort of very much aimed at women. But as I said, it probably isn't the etymology. General term for office workers. What's the etymology of it? I'm just interested. Probably can't Google for that on an English computer, though. You finished the training when the pandemic hit and people were let go. Germany's introduced Kaufmann and Kauffrau, so women feel equal. So the etymology is Frau. Okay, that's interesting. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm old enough to remember the assumption that all secretarial staff would be female. And probably you'd translate Kauffrau to clerk if asked. Which is interesting because clerk is one of those words which has gone very much out of fashion. Don't find very many advertisements for clerks these days. Lots of administrative assistants instead, which, covers so many different terms of what you might actually be doing. Or administrator. Yeah. There are so many different things that one can administrate or assist in administrating. All sorts of different terms. Not that I think people wouldn't understand clerk, but I feel like if you got a modern UK employment website and had a drop down, it probably wouldn't include clerk. Here you'd probably be in the Kauf person. It's interesting because I remember manholes as well. They've become inspection hatches. They always were inspection hatches, but they used to be referred to as a manhole. And the whole equality thing means they have become inspection hatches, which is absolutely fine. I do believe that, language does drive things, which is why I was interested in the etymology. It was like, that was interesting to me because going back in time, I can remember a lot of those office admin jobs being very, very female focused as well. Women wanted to go down manholes too. Women didn't want to be excluded from manholes. But that does take me to another point, which I found quite interesting. It was an interesting radio debate this week. There's a fly fisherman club in London, and it's men only. And women wanted to join and whatever, which is fine. But there was a very thoughtful man who wasn't, he wasn't against anybody, he wasn't about anybody being excluded in terms, but he said, there are women safe spaces, there are women only groups where people go because they're not comfortable in the company of men. And he said, and I totally understand that a lot of that is because, some women have had very bad experiences. He said, so I'm not against those either. He said, but there should be a space in our modern society for men to go, which is a safe space for them as well, mentally. That might masquerade as a sports club or whatever, but it might be that it's a men-on-men mental health issue. And I thought that would be quite interesting. And I thought about it. I thought that is a very, very reasonable ask. Office manager. I think we get a lot of office administrators as well, Snowdrake, which is a very gender neutral thing. I think to a certain extent, there is something where women were excluded from so much in the past that it was discrimination. But I think we should be able to get to a stage where, you know, there are spaces. I think a lot of this is also, this one sounds a bit noisy, the music. Is everybody else finding the music a little bit noisy, or is it just me? There you are. There we are. Let's bring you down just a bit. And I noticed really nicely, this one is not a men-only space, but there's a Facebook book group for a local initiative. I'm not going to be able to find it now, am I? But it's basically motor vehicle club. There we are, the Hellfire Motor Vehicle Club. And it says improving men's mental health by facilitating conversation among enthusiasts of all genders and vehicles of all types who are looking for opportunities to socialise and alleviate loneliness. And I thought that's a really lovely way to frame things. Hi, Maybe. You tried to register at a women-only gym a few years back. Did you know it was a women-only gym, Snowdrake? I can feel like it might have just been an error. You didn't realise it was women-only. I mean, women-only gyms are absolutely for ladies that are, very much... The gym is one of those places. It's never really bothered me because I don't really pay much attention, but it's definitely a place where men can get a bit over macho. It was a promo where you had to call and register. Your phone voice can be confused as female, so when asked where you live, they started the process for the women's location. You got halfway through till they figured it out. Oh, that's funny, Snowdrake. I mean, I've heard you on a call and I know what you mean. You've not got a deep baritone voice, let's put it that way. Bit like I haven't got unless I start squeaking, I haven't got a particularly high women's voice. So you're in a very similar register to me. So I can absolutely see how that would happen. You had a good laugh and started over. Absolutely. Absolutely, Dina. I agree. I would probably find less... I would probably find the men's gym less intimidating than the women's gym. That's not even your customer support voice, which goes a bit softer. It's all about register, isn't it? Female only can be, yeah, it can be brutal. It can absolutely be brutal. I'm not very comfortable in women only spaces. I don't. Do you remember there was that thing where somebody, it's quite a while back now, but there was somebody who was filming other ladies in the gym just because they were overweight. It's a really catty female. I am so uncomfortable with catty females. So uncomfortable. I mean, there's banter. There's, you know, consensual teasing each other, but there are definitely women out there who are insecure enough that all they do is tear other women down. It's a really unpleasant sector. But yes, I definitely want to echo that, you know, men's only spaces for, because men do suffer from mental health very badly. The unfortunately the statistics for unaliving oneself skew quite heavily towards males because they don't have that. Many of them feel that they can't seek help. Despite your best efforts, you didn't get in, so you can't say Snowdrake. I'd feel much more judged in a female-only gym. Men-only, oh sorry, mixed gyms which are predominantly male. The males are impressing each other. They don't really pay too much attention to the females in there. Yeah, the judgment is strong, and the cattiness can be strong too. But I quite like mixed gyms. I don't have much issue with them. It's been a long time since I went to a gym seriously. But I'm more concerned about whether I've got my form right or not than how I look. Let's be honest about that. You didn't like the gym environment, so prefer to walk, cycle, swim. I like doing weights. Gym, I do enjoy the gym when I can get myself there. That's the big issue. It's not doing the gym when I'm there. It's building up the ability to get there. And the thing about ADHD, this is one of those things that I do know that it's a lived experience that I can definitely correlate to ADHD. There's a real feel of, if I can't do it perfectly, I'm not doing it at all in our brains. And that can put paralysis on top of something we want to do, because we can want to do something like go to the gym, but if we can't lift the weights that we last lifted 5 years ago, then we're useless pieces of whatever, and shouldn't exist. And that's a real fight with the brain. I know, reality, it's 20 years since I last seriously went to a gym. And I'm going to have to start from ground zero again. I'm going to have to start with all the baby things and, you know, use the machines rather than free weights and build things up. And my brain doesn't want to do it if I can't go in and do the things that I was doing 30 years ago, which is not realistic intellectually. I absolutely know it's not realistic intellectually. But you need to do this perfectly or I'm going to embarrass myself. It's not embarrassment with me, because I don't really do shame. I do guilt. I do anxiety. I don't really do shame. So it's not about, it's about perfectionism rather than about embarrassment. I mean, I'm not saying yours isn't, but mine is definitely a thing. You've never been to a gym? Yeah, it's not an embarrassing myself. It's a disappointment with myself that I can't do it. Which is, embarrassing myself would imply that it's an external thing that I'm worried about. Whereas with me, it's definitely an inner disappointment. Same, Ros, but part of your problem is also getting there because of commute. Typically after work, you only have 4-ish hours of free time before sleep, not including time for dinner and another nightly routine. Yeah, I mean, I have thoughts about US work culture, which we probably won't go into because I'll not endear myself to people. I don't have that excuse. Honestly, it's a 5-minute walk away for me. I could go to the gym just on a 5-minute walk. There's a gym and a pool and a new cafe. They just opened a cafe last Saturday. We should really get across and go to the cafe at least. Yes, I'm not saying that I don't get it, Dina. I'm saying that that's not the thing for me. An hour to an hour and 25 minutes for each leg. Oh no, that's really not nice, Ros. So sorry. And that's another thing, the US is set up in such a way that you're almost always going to have to commute because they don't do the European things of mixing workplaces in with residential areas so that you can walk backwards and forth as some of us do. Not everybody. I mean, I used to commute as well. The office of the company that I work for is about half an hour away, but 30 minutes is entirely doable. Although if I go at the wrong time, leaving my town can add a good 20 minutes to that as well. So half an hour up to 50 minutes. But yeah, I totally get the embarrassment and anxiety of social thing because your brain is making up scenarios. Even though, to be perfectly honest, most people don't take too much notice of other people as they're working out at the gym. But I totally get where you're coming from. It's just not something that happens in my brain. I don't do shame. I don't really take too much. I think it's a protective thing from when I was young. So, in common with a lot of ADHD people, I was singled out as the weird kid at school and bullied as a result of it. But it was an all-girls school, so it was catty sort of bullying. It wasn't physical in the slightest, but it was a lot of cattiness, a lot of what you were saying, people pointing, whispering, saying nasty things about you behind your back. Absolutely happened to me. I know it did. Because, also being a female school, there were always people that were only too willing to tell you that so-and-so had been talking about you behind your back. You loved going to the gym to swim. Problem was you could only drum up the courage for it when you had to get Minnie to her swim lessons as well. Absolutely. So I actually enjoy both swimming and weight lifting, but I have an inbuilt resistance in me. The ADHD doesn't want to go unless I can perform at least as well as I did last time. And it's a self-fulfilling prophecy because you end up going longer and longer between each visit, and then you're going to get worse and worse. And it just keeps rolling along. It's a katamari of ADHD resistance. to getting to do something you actually know that you enjoy doing. It's bizarre. Going to yoga classes was a lot easier because those were held in the basement and you had more clothing on. You know, maybe. I was thinking about this the other day. We've got a sort of an advantage almost here. We've got a very, very heavily, I say heavy, it's not that bad. There are a lot of Muslims in our town. And a lot of the Muslims go swimming, but because of the whole modesty thing, they swim in full-length costumes. Like the costumes go from wrist, there's a small neckline, it goes down to your wrist, down to your ankles. It's a full costume, but they're very, very easily available here. So you know, in our swimming pools, you're not out of place if you go and get the all-in-one, covers absolutely everything costume. Nobody thinks anything of it. Again, Dina, I totally understand. It is the being neurodivergent. I'm sure that the packs of holistics, you know, sense it, and you know, in that age group, and you know, even older, people don't like the different and bully because of the different. You solved it by finding a few friends you swim with. It takes more effort to cancel on them than just going there. Just going. So that gets you there, and then you enjoy yourself most of the time. Absolutely, Snowdrake. I mean, and if I go with my mum, that actually gets me to the pool as well. You would have lived in the swimming pool if you'd had the long sleeves. And yeah, absolutely. As I said, I mean, because we've got a significant population of Asians within the town, South Asians rather than East Asians, but South Asians, and many of them, as I said, it's a thing, you know. You can be as covered up as you want. I don't worry about it too much. It doesn't bother me too much, but I can see if you have negative body issues. I can absolutely see it being a solution. Yeah, tankinis as well, Dina. You know, that, you know, you can have a shorts and shirt set, basically. I wouldn't say I'm necessarily body positive, but I am fairly body neutral. I appreciate my body that does all the things I want it to do, even if it creaks a bit at times because age. But I do appreciate my body for what it does. It would take me a long time to love myself. I've got so many years of conditioning that I struggle with, but I am fairly, you got a tankini short set as soon as you saw they were a thing? Nice, maybe. But I am fairly body neutral, but, you know, there are a lot of messages out there which bombard, which are difficult to ignore. It's very easy to internalise them. And again, it's one of those things, it's easy to intellectually see that, you know, there's no reason you should believe them. But your intellectual and your emotional aren't always on the same page on that front. Your emotional sometimes definitely wants to have a word about it as well. The tankinis were also your go-to, Dina. Didn't exist when I was little. Probably when Maybe was little too. I mean, that was one of the traumatic moments of my teenagerhood. Have I ever told the story of me losing my bikini top? As a teenager? I don't know whether I've told that story or not. It was only one piece of bikinis when you were little and your parents wouldn't allow bikinis. I will be fair about my parents. This is, I might have hang-ups about my bodies. They do not come from my parents. My parents were always very body neutral. They were like, we've all got bodies under our clothes, I was never told that nakedness was something I shouldn't do or anything like that. You don't remember the story? So, we go back to 1982. Doris is 14. And I'm living in a small village. There's about 2,000 people in the village I grew up in. Maybe less. Anyway, it is the sort of village where everybody knows everybody else. There are few enough teenagers that there's about 40 of us out of the 2,000. So we all know each other. Down the bottom of the road where I lived, so I lived nearer the top, and I'm talking literally, it sloped downhill. At the bottom of the road was a very nice family. They had a teenage son. He was a bit older than me, maybe 3 years. But his mum had multiple sclerosis. And they had put a swimming pool in behind the house for her to get exercise. Because multiple sclerosis, swimming was one of the things she could do to keep herself strong. She couldn't walk a lot of the time, but swimming was something she could do. It didn't hurt her joints, all that sort of thing. And once a year in the summer, they opened up the back garden, the swimming pool, for everybody to come as a fundraiser for the multiple sclerosis site charity. So it was like £1 each or something, which is quite a lot of money. But, it was going to a very good cause. And, of course, all the local teens, it was a must-go-to event. I should say the most nearby municipal swimming pool at that time was a good 30 minutes drive away. And obviously, most of the teens, we can't drive. We can only go when our parents take us to the swimming pool. So going swimming, we could swim in the river, but the river's cold. So going to this event, it's a summer must do. So every teen goes to this charity event when they open up the back garden and have a swimming pool and everything. Now, I'm a good swimmer. I've always been a good swimmer. Mum was a swimming teacher. She was a good swimmer herself, did Olympic trials and whatever. She had a pool much closer by than I did, so she used to actually train every morning. Multiple sclerosis really is a thing. You had a distant cousin your mum's age that sadly passed because of it. Yeah, you can see how swimming is a lot easier. Absolutely. And it's a nice swimming pool in their back garden. The houses that I lived in when I was young, they had about between 1/4 and 1/3 of an acre each as their garden. So they had put in a good sized pool. It was a really nice pool. And I can dive as well, quite reasonably. And but I'm 14, I'm still growing. And honestly, my boobs were a bit out of control. I haven't made any secret of the fact that I've had a bust reduction. So I was 14 with a 36G. And I didn't really have a properly fitted bikini, but I didn't realise that. And I'm 14, I want to wear a bikini. Mum is absolutely body okay with that. But my boobs are just a little bit grown out of the bikini top I had on. But Yeah, so all of my peers are at this pool. All of the people in the village that are the same age as me, that are a bit older, that are a little bit younger, you know, everybody from age between 12 and 17 is there. And yeah, I dived into the pool and my bikini top stayed behind, basically, when I entered the water. And I was so mortified. Everybody I knew. And of course, to be fair, I don't think... I had a very close friend. He lived across the road from me. He was 1 year older than me. And he scooped up the bikini top and he held it up and he said, "I've got it for you." And of course, that made it all horribly worse. That made it all horribly worse. He was trying to help, but oh my God, I'm blushing thinking about it now. I am blushing thinking about it now. My God, I was so mortified. I have never been so mortified. Because at 14, you definitely care about what other people think of you. And of course, nobody else is going to let that situation lie, are they? I mean, now I don't care, but oh yeah, I'm blushing for how I felt. I can still remember how I felt. And that blush is all about how I felt at that time. And on that day the world ended. Yeah, it was a thing. It was definitely a thing. Only takes 20 years to get over something like that. It was just some of the... I would say there were a lot of people who weren't unkind, but that couldn't resist the tease. Honestly, Dina, I went back to one-piece swimming costumes for quite a while after that. You got to a point in your teens where you brought a bra and spent a few hours sewing it into your swimsuit so you could feel somewhat covered. Do you know, when I did decide to go back to wearing a bikini, I actually went to a specialist shop and got proper bra-sized bikini top. There are a few companies that do proper bra sizing tops, and they were very secure. But they were hideously expensive. I can remember end of the 1980s having to pay £60 for a bikini. Now, and I was bringing home £300 in a month. So, you know, that was how much I was earning. So it was over a week's wages to buy a bikini. So yeah, that was the thing. I don't regret having bought the bikinis, by the way. You know, the ones which were properly bra-sized and actually stayed on. I do remember being furious when my bottom got painted with bitumen and I was wearing one. Would you like to hear that story? It's a common experience. Can't tell you how many times you've seen swimming shorts end up on ankles from diving in. Yeah. So when I was a late teen, 16, 17, both of those years, I worked as a sailing instructor in the summer, which I think you all know. But it wasn't just sailing, it was multiple water sports. So sailing, windsurfing, canoeing. But they were all on the estuary. And the sailing centre where I went to teach, was quite a way. I lived in. It was about 10 miles away from the village that I grew up in. And where we all lived in, not when we weren't actually actively teaching or sailing or out with pupils, we actually had to do a lot of the maintenance on the vessels. So we maintained the sailing boats, we maintained the windsurfers, and we maintained the canoes. And I was refreshing the deck lines on the canoes, and they're big seagoing canoes, so quite a bit bigger than, well, I say canoes, full decked kayaks basically. So I was putting the new deck lines in. So obviously to get the deck lines in, I had to head first into the canoe in order to pull the deck line through and knot it off. So I was head first down a canoe. It was a hot day. I was just in my bikini, but I'm head first down a canoe, pulling the deck lines through. And Neil, who was supposed to be putting bitumen on the bottom of, waterproofing things. So he's using bitumen to waterproof things. Like there were some areas inside the boats which were like waterproof. Well, I mean, you'd want any boat to be waterproof, but these were actually sort of lockers, and to doubly make sure that they were watertight, because we would put like dry clothes and things in them to take out with us. You can go out on a really lovely day on the water and it can get cold quickly. So we always had extra dry clothes in case somebody fell in or it got cold and we wanted extra layers. So we had these, these lockers on the boats. And Neil was supposed to be waterproofing it by painting bitumen throughout it. And he saw my bum sticking out of the top of the canoe and couldn't resist it, just swiped with the paintbrush. But 60 quid bikini being ruined with the swipe of bitumen. I was so livid. You would have swiped too, you just would have swiped at the skin, yeah. I did not make him pay to replace it. I can even remember what it looked like. It was a lovely bright blue with little red polka dots all over it. I don't think I made him pay to... I was livid, but I was also cognizant that he didn't really... I mean, what teenage boy thinks through something like that? There was no malice intended. It was just a bum in the air that he was swiping. I'm calling it bitumen. It was actually a wax and bitumen waterproofing. It didn't burn like straight bitumen would. It was like a waterproof sealant thing. But it was a waxy one, and the wax it didn't burn. It was quite safe. Yeah, it was also cold. Well, silicone cork didn't exist at that stage. Maybe it was definitely wax. It's like a bitumen. Yeah, like a black tar-like sort of stuff, but not stuff that you actually had to heat up to use. So like a lot of tar has to be heated in order to spread it, but basically the tar was sort of within a wax so that you could just paint it on. You did that too when you were painting the jumps at the stable. It was hot summer days and you were all in old clothes that could get dirty, so getting paint on the clothes was fine. And you had a water fight after that. Absolutely. I mean, water fights are definitely a part of a hot summer day. Definitely. I had so many water fights when I was younger. I mean, talking about the sailing, we'd occasionally have days where we'd go out on the water and the wind would drop and we'd just be drifting about doing nothing. And you'd get the jellyfish coming in and everybody would grab a bailer and, you'd grab water to throw at each other, but you'd also grab the jellyfish, which I have to say were moon jellies, which they don't sting very much. They, occasionally you'll get somebody who has an allergy to them. But generally you can land a moon jellyfish on somebody with no ill effects whatsoever. Some people are much more sensitive than others. It's a bit like, most people, give them a strawberry to eat, they'll be fine. Occasionally you'll have somebody who has a sensitivity to strawberries and it's not so much fun. But I don't think we ever had anybody that had a reaction to the moon jellies. But yeah, they get thrown around with the water. Well, something else that I did when I was young was I was part of the guides and then the venture scouts and that sort of thing. And yeah, it's almost de rigueur. When we went on guide camps, you were told to take a washing up liquid bottle with you, like an empty washing up liquid bottle, because that was what you used in the water fights. Go and fill up your water bottle and squeeze it at each other. Didn't have the super soakers and things that people have these days, but empty washing up bottle, you can get a good squirt on. You can definitely get a good squirt on. You've also sprayed yourself down with the hose a lot of times after rolling up riding pants and getting out of the dressage leather boots, definitely. You get too hot, you're quite happy. I mean, we did have the river right there. In fact, when I was doing the greenhouses, so again, my Saturday job in the summers was I worked in, I think I would have been at 18 or 19. I had a weekend job working in the greenhouses, either picking tomatoes or taking the side buds off florist carnations. So the greenhouses produce those two things. They produced tomatoes, but they also did floristry carnations. And to this day, I find the smell of carnations can still take me back to an entire greenhouse full of them. The scent is overpowering and it's really quite dizzying. And picking the tomatoes, you would just get covered in, there's like a sticky green sap that comes off tomatoes when you pick them. And when I'd been doing that, I did it with the same friend that I was talking about that pulled up my top and said, "It's okay, I've got it." He used to work there as well, and we'd work in the morning and you'd work early, so you'd start at 6 a.m. And finish about 10 a.m. because it got too hot. About 11 actually, so we'd do about 5 hours, but it got too hot after that stage to be in the greenhouses. You think they're mildly poisonous? And you get a rash from that green tomato stuff. Well, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And yeah, we'd go down to the river and just dive in fully clothed to both cool down. But it got all the green from the tomato picking out of your clothes and off you, and you stopped itching. It was lovely. I'm not sure whether it's poisonous or just an irritant. They're not related to foxgloves, maybe. They're nightshade. They're the nightshade family. So they're related to the nightshades. And potatoes. Potatoes are also nightshades. And peppers. Peppers are also nightshades. So, so I think it's more like the peppers. You know, peppers are spicy because it's actually an irritant to stop people eating them. So, you know, I regard myself as slightly more evolved, that I do not eat the things that are supposed to be irritating. Yeah, so I think the tomato is probably something similar. I think it's an irritant rather than a poison. I would eat them if they didn't kill me. They don't kill me. I'm not allergic in that sort of sense. Nightshade berries are very poisonous. They are. Absolutely. If they didn't make me incredibly uncomfortable, Dina. Is that what you that's what you mean? They do make me incredibly uncomfortable. That's very true. Very true. Well, the irritant works on me. That's the point. The irritant stays in my throat and my mouth and burns unmercifully for days. It's very unpleasant. Oh no, snowdrake. They are very red and shiny. Oh dear. I have to say that we had toxic plants in the garden. There were several of them. We had a laburnum, that's poisonous. Foxgloves obviously are poisonous. Monkshood is poisonous, aconitus. And I know that nightshade occasionally grew as a weed. But I can't remember a time when I didn't know that those things were very bad for you. So they are tasty. Okay. Snowdrake was the kind of kid who ate everything. Got it. Yeah, I'll leave those for the things that aren't. You had fields behind the house and you were playing and found some. Absolutely. I was allowed to play in the fields and the woods and the orchards as well. But I do remember from very early on mum saying this was okay and that wasn't. Like, I ate everything as well. You say that when you were the kind of kid that actually tried the sand cake. Oh, the hat's done. I can remember walking with my granddad and him also saying, you know, you can eat this one, but you can't eat that one. So I wasn't necessarily told, don't eat that, it's not good for you. I was taught, this is one that's good to eat, this is one that's not good to eat. I don't even know that they even brought poison into it. I think they were like, yeah, that's not nice. That one is nice. So I was directed. Mum was pretty good, I have to say, at directing me rather than anything else. Lucky your mum knew there were no berries, knew enough to ask what berries and recognise them as nightshade. Nice. Yeah. I mean, they are very tempting looking, I have to be perfectly honest. I mean, I can also remember eating raw potatoes, grass shoots. I was very fond of grass shoots, actually. Probably would still eat those given half a chance. They're really sweet and tender. Like, there's this particular type of grass that grows quite a big feathery flower. But if you get it really young, you can peel the outer side off and there's this really tender green shoot up the middle. Your defence is that you were 4. Absolutely, Snowdrake. I'm not. I'm not suggesting you should have known. After you tried some, parents took the plants to school to show everybody, and your dad sprayed them. Absolutely. Oh, hi, Cordy. How are you? Nice to see you. Mum grew vegetables as well, so raw peas and the pea pods. I liked crunching pea pods. Raw broad beans. Do you know, I don't like cooked broad beans. Don't like cooked broad beans at all. But peel the skin off the cotyledons. Just the raw cotyledons of broad beans I like a lot. You're very well. It's lovely to see you. I've been watching some of your embroidery posts. You look like you're doing so well with the embroidery. Welcome back, by the way, Cade. I'm good. Pokey's good. We're living in complete chaos at the moment because of we're getting built-in wardrobes, bespoke built-in wardrobes, and they're being built at the moment. But we're down a master bedroom, so there's stuff all over the house. It's complete chaos. And we're sleeping in a bed that's got 2 mattresses on it at the moment. And oh my God, it is the worst. Because we've got like a sprung mattress at the bottom and then our foam mattress on the top. And the whole thing sort of wallows around. It's terrible. So we normally have the foam mattress on top of slats, so it's quite firm. But the springing underneath is all over the place. No, I haven't put a P under them. But Pokey and I are definitely experiencing the roll together. You know, the foam on top of the springs isn't enough to stop the roll together. Yep, absolutely. We both end up in a pit in the middle of the bed. You're absolutely correct there, Snowdrake. You have 2 bits of good news on a Friday? Wonderful. Looking forward to. One is you got a new job. Excellent. Lovely. What you going to be doing, my dear? And the wedding's now booked. Woo! Yay, exciting. Are Pokey and I coming or not? Not is absolutely fine, by the way. Although we've known Cordy a long, long time, I'm not suggesting that we're that close. You're going to be an income recovery assistant. Oh, I don't envy you that one, but good luck with it. I'm on the spreadsheet. Okay. I have got just the thing for a wedding gift. Just the thing. Probably the bad side, maybe. It's a step up from where you are now, so it's good. That's fine. Yeah. The spreadsheet already has capitals. Absolutely. No. Get your mind out of the gutter, Cordy. Get your mind out of the gutter. No, I have something perfect that you would love. Are you still in Winchester? What does the MOAS stand for, maybe? You'll be doing the legal bit at Winchester Register Office. Nice. Oh, mother of all spreadsheets. Ah, okay. I mean, it's not like Pokey and I didn't run off to the Americas to get married, so you have to work with at least one mother of all spreadsheets on the daily. It has everything on it, so it might become the auntie of all spreadsheets eventually. Honestly, I've been working with one of those spreadsheets, maybe. The bad thing is, I made it myself. So you must count up how many actual save the dates you need to do. I presume it'll be next year, if you've booked it now. Which is often how far you have to book ahead in the UK. It's ridiculous. So fate floated the idea of him and his girlfriend coming to visit us and getting married here. And I was like, don't. It's expensive. It's difficult to do. Yeah, just don't. I want to see you, but... So 2 years. Yeah, fair enough. May 2026. Yeah, the mother of all spreadsheets I made, it had water quality data for, I think, 200 determinants measured every week from 2018 to 2023, end of 2023. And then I added another 5 tabs to it. So each year had its own tab. And then I was doing calculations using that information. So I had a tab for doing all the averages. And then I had another tab for working out the estuary loading. And then I had another 3 with the contaminants I was looking at in it. And then I had another one for all the calculations at the end. So 6 tabs in total. So I think I had a 12-tab spreadsheet, and every spreadsheet had at least 60,000 cells filled. So that was fun. Your main one tracks policies and what's on them, who needs to review them, what the review status is. Yeah, I'd probably use an Access database for that one, but yeah, I mean, Excel is much simpler than Access. I was actually using Excel for calculating purposes. I was doing stats with it. So, you have 850 policies last time you counted. So 12 sheets with 80,000 cells on, cells of data. It was a bit of a big spreadsheet. You have a folder of spreadsheets that interreference each other, automatically grabbing data from other systems. Setting it to calculate gets you an angry phone call because it spikes the server to 100% for 5 solid minutes. Yeah. I tend to put a tab of the spreadsheet on each in one file. But yeah, I can grind my laptop to a halt. Fortunately, it doesn't server grab, so... But if it's pulling data from other systems, it must do. But yes, there's plenty of mother of all spreadsheets out there. But yeah, I'm excited for you, Cordy. I'm very excited for you. And if there's anything that you want any assistance with, let me know, because I'm quite happy to help out with things. Can't do the tabbed thing. You needed multiple sheets because of Excel cell limit for a single sheet. Well, the tab for me is I think he calls it a new sheet each time. It's within the same file. But if you've got folders, then you've got more than one file, is what I inferred from that. When I'm saying a tab, I mean it's got a new sheet that I tab between. And they're all interreferenced and they pull data from each other sheet. There's a limit to the total number of cells in a single file. There might well be, yes. In fact, I think I've exceeded it before now and had to split it up into more than one file, but not this week, thank God. That's one of my things I've been busy with. Fortunately, there's fortunate and unfortunate with that project. Fortunate thing is I have finished doing all the terrible maths. The unfortunate thing is it came out with the wrong answer. And we've got to go back to the client and say, we've got some bad news for you. But I'm now working on a project where I'm doing the bit I really love doing, which is the reading everything and researching. Could you play a game of Minesweeper in each Excel cell then, Pokey? Maybe realising that some of us are mad spreadsheet people. The insanity goes far and wide. So anybody else with any good news that they want to share? I am delighted to hear Cordy's news. Connecting pages is the best thing about Excel. Each Excel was a Minesweeper cell. One formula replicated in 100 by 100 cells gave a 100 by 100 Minesweeper game. Oh, I see. Yeah, I can see that being a relatively easy thing to do. Wouldn't surprise me if that's not the way that Minesweeper actually operates, because it's a fairly simple thing, isn't it? Even I think I could probably program a Minesweeper back in the day. I probably struggle with it a bit now, but you only need conditional statements, don't you? It's like a yes no. Good news for all the Excel abusers. We're going to get regex formulas soon. The thing I was upset about, you might be able to tell me because I haven't used Excel for a long while, is they seem to have got rid of window panes. Can you no longer do the window pane thing where you drag a bar across to act as splitting the Excel so that you can position what you actually want to look at of two sort of columns out of mini columns side by side? Can you still do that? I couldn't work out how to. I might need some assistance. It's still there. I just can't find it. That's fair. You're using Office Libre because it's free and it has the same things as Excel. Under freeze pane? I didn't see freeze pane. I shall have to have a look and see whether I can find freeze pane next time. Minesweeper and other Windows games were developed to help people learn to use the mouse. I knew that, yes. I'm not sure that Office Libre... I was having this discussion with Faye. I was discussing Google Docs. And I was saying that... Google Sheets. And I was saying that the free sheets are great and they do a lot of stuff. But they don't really hit the mark when you start getting into the more complicated references between sheets and statistical formulae. Was Freeze Pain a Jade Giles band song? I don't think so. I tend to use Google Sheets, Dina. I do the same sort of thing, but I use Google Sheets for that sort of thing at home for myself. I do quite enjoy Google Drive, probably more than I should actually, being as how Google quite likes all of your data. LibreOffice is pretty good at that, all that too. The online versions are actually absolutely terrible at that. I like the fact that Google Drive holds everything together and I know how to find everything in Google Drive, which covers docs and sheets and various other things. Like I've got all my knitting patterns all saved into Google Docs. And yeah, all of my finances are shared into Google Sheets. It's good at, I mean, financially, Google Sheets is absolutely fine. I mean, for financial stuff, I think any of them work really well, Dina. I mean, and by all means, LibreOffice is great. It's just one of the ones that I haven't really personally got very involved with. You just like Google Drive because it's all online, so security feels a bit meh. I mean, and everybody is fine with doing different things. Your pet peeve for Excel is that you're in a Dutch, French, English environment and the formulas depend on the installed language. Oh my word, yes. But you can swap the installed language very quickly. Yeah, I break PCs, Dina, so I absolutely get what you're saying. I totally understand that, you know, having something in the cloud may well feel less security than having it on a piece of media in your own possession. Any program that works with the language the PC or device is set to needs to die. Yeah. Sea of Thieves used to do that, and you had to send your whole freaking PC to English so you were able to communicate in Sea of Thieves. Oh no. I think it's one of those lazy programming things. It's probably much more simple to do that than to have to put everything within the game code to translate everything. I mean, some games come out and they only have like 2 or 3 languages that they cover when they first bring them out, and then depending on the popularity is whether they translate them or not. Translation in itself has quite a financial penalty. I mean, Rare were not a small studio, so less excuses for Rare, but I can absolutely understand some of the smallest game studios maybe doing the setting to your PC language just so that that was a thing. Just put a picture of the current project in the Discord. Nice. Oh, very landscapey. I presume that's actually all quilted so that you've got hills and valleys in there. That looks great. Many of the indie games have pick and choose settings, absolutely. Yeah, done some contouring with scraps of fabric. Yeah, nice. Which reminds me, I have a project that I want to do that I need to get on with fairly soon if I'm to make the deadline. I've got a few months, but I know that if I don't get on with it now, it just won't happen, so... It's a user-friendly thing to set the language to correctly automatically, but going a step further and taking away the setting to have less clutter, and if automatic doesn't suit you too bad. Yeah, that's terrible. Pokemon Go, how are you supposed to tell your English friend what Pokemon Go you caught when you have completely different names just because your phone is set to German? Yeah. All the things that I don't have to have a problem with. Oh, I love the woods and the bluebells, Cordy. That's lovely. Really like that one. Absolutely, Dina. I think that's exactly what Snowdrake was saying. Cordy's spamming all the embroidery pictures. I am loving them, by the way. But I really like the bluebell wood. That's absolutely gorgeous. Lots of games do start with a big intro thing. It's actually something I have to check for, Dina, because if I'm playing a game for people, I don't want them to miss the start if they have that big splash intro. Although some of them do the splash intro and then it will allow you to get at the settings, but I have a problem with that as well. Anyway, I need to visit the bathroom, so I am going to take my break now, and when I come back, I am going to play some Samudra. People had to listen to you grumbling about it, being super annoyed when you need to do an hour of game before you're allowed to change the language. I can imagine. Yes, I will be back in 5 to 10. Do the thing! Grab yourself a snack, grab yourself a drink, medicine if you need to medicate, water if you need to hydrate. Think about moving your body, changing your focal length, being the best you can be. And as usual, there'll be some Pixel Maze to play whilst I'm AFK. See you in 5 to 10. You have reached the Disco Doris channel, home of incompetent gameplay and handicrafts. hold. All our operators are busy right now. We will get to you as soon as possible. Just a moment, please. We will be there with you shortly. We are your leading source of incompetent gameplay and handicrafts. Please hold until this content resumes. Thank you for holding. Your patience is appreciated, and we will be with you shortly. You have reached the Disco Doris channel, home of incompetent gameplay and handicrafts. Your custom is important to us. Please hold. All our operators are busy right now. We will get to you as soon as possible. Just a moment, please. We will be there with you shortly. We are your leading source of incompetent gameplay and handicrafts. Please hold until this content resumes. Thank you for holding. Your patience is appreciated, and we will be with you shortly. You have reached the Disco Doris channel, home of incompetent gameplay and handicrafts. Your custom is important to us. Please hold. All our operators are busy right now. We will get to you as soon as possible. Just a moment, please. We will be there with you shortly. We are your leading source of incompetent gameplay and handicrafts. Please hold until this content resumes. Thank you for holding. Your patience is appreciated, and we will be with you shortly. You have reached the Disco Doris channel, home of incompetent gameplay and handicrafts. And I'm back. Well done, Cordy. Pipping maybe to the post. And Snowdrake also in a tie for second place. Nice. Thank you for the welcomes back. Press any key to start. No settings. The sound is a bit noisy for me. How is it for you, chaps and chapesses? Also, let me move my camera. over to the left. There we go. Let's just tweak that down a fraction. That's better. Ah, I know why it's noisy for me. Let's pull that down just a tad. Is that a bit better? That looks a bit better to me in terms of balance between my voice and... It's okay? It's fine for you? Okay. Right. Good luck with the work lurking, maybe. That little character descending down through the water, all the bubbles. Deeper and deeper and deeper. So this is hand illustrated. Oh look, all the plastics we're falling down through. Oh, it's one of those that puts the credits up at the beginning rather than at the end. I don't have too much of an issue with that. So, what's jellyfish and what's plastic bags? I realised that I'd set it on SAMUDRA way too early. The whole half of the stream that should have been just chatting said SAMUDRA. Really shouldn't have done. Whoops. So some of the stuff is plankton, but we can see some of the stuff is rubbish. You don't mind credits at the start either? No, me neither. Especially when you've got this sort of narrative of us falling down through the depths, which is quite cute. Oh, hello. We're nearly at the seabed. Poof! In a cloud of silt, we've arrived. You do mind not being allowed to read the credits? So, our normal, I can go either way. Oh, there's lots of stuff here. What are you? A bubble. 1 out of 220 billion. Collected 1 trash. Oh no. I think that's as far as I can go this way. Yep. As usual, left to right scroller, which, you know, is absolutely fine. I knew it was a 2D game, although they don't feel as 2D when you've got lovely art like this, do they? Ooh, there's light. Hello, light. Space. Oh, space is my interact. Oh, that's a big anglerfish. That's... Ah! I got chomped. I got chomped by an anglerfish. Didn't like the taste of me, though. A drop in the ocean. Start the prologue. Old masks. Running through the trash on the ocean floor. Oh no, look at the state of it down here. Oh, I see the anglerfish in the background. I have a puzzle. Okay. What do I need to do? I knew it was a puzzle game, but I haven't got any indication of what the puzzle is. I mean, I need to get through it somehow. Up over it. Down. What have I got control-wise? Crouch? No. I haven't got a cursor or anything. School once left you behind in the theatre because you stayed seated until the composer was credited. Came out and the bus was gone. No. What? It only told me backwards and forwards. And space. Failing at the very first hurdle. Failing at the very first hurdle. What am I supposed to do? Ah, okay. Poof, poof. Ah, okay. I have cleared myself a path, I believe. Whee! Oh my word. Oh no! Okay. Lucky spacebar at that point. Oh, the anglerfish is still there in the background. Why is everything quaking? Oh, there's a cave. I can't see. Indeed, I cannot see. I see the anglerfish in the background. Can I have your light, please, anglerfish? I haven't seen anything that would help with the seeing. The items I need glow. Do they? Did I miss a glowy thing? Can I go down? No. There we are. Glowy bits that way. Still want your light. Hello, anglerfish. Oh my word, everything's gone dark. I see you. Oh, the anglerfish is trapped. Now I can go in the cave. Oh, I like the little arrows. They look like fish, don't they? Oh, look at this. They're supposed to look like fish, the little arrows. And then there's squids and sharks and sunfish, starfish, turtles, anglerfish, whales. There's a plane on a mountain. So this is the land. Oh, this is telling me all about the pain of what they're doing up above. Throwing all the stuff in the sea and putting turtles in chains. No. Find the wall painting in the prologue. Who made this? So that's the end. So there's somewhere I can go that isn't the painting. Aha. Another painting of the land here. Backwards, forwards, and space as control. Yeah. Space is the one that causes me to jump or change direction or anything like that. I've just got backwards and forwards other than space, but space does a lot. Oh. Okay, so we finished the prologue. Now I'm feeling like I haven't got enough sound. Is anybody else feeling like that as well? I can hear bubbles, but not very much else. Maybe I'm only supposed to hear bubbles. It's like a massive volcano in the background. Oh, I feel like this is nasty, this bridge. I don't like it. I mean, I do like the art. The art is fantastic. Yeah, there we go. Keep running, little boy. Keep running. Or little child. I don't know whether girl or boy. Keep running, child. Keep running. No! Right, let's try that again. I think I need to hit the space bar as soon as the little bubble with the exclamation point comes up. I knew that bridge was dodgy. Said I didn't like it, didn't I? The art style is, however, absolutely flipping gorgeous. Waiting for the bubble. Where's the bubble? Huh. I was spamming space. Well, I had to spam space at the right time, apparently. Okay. All the cups and stuff. Got lots of glowy stuff again. Am I setting fire to it with the lantern? Showing a button. You didn't notice anybody else has gone? Too focused on the art? That's nice. That's a good game that... I feel like something I should be... It's suggesting I use the flame, but... How do? Oh, I see. I have to actually spam space. Well, we're at the other end of the pipeline. Got music through the cutscene. So many plastic bags. And all the coral rubble. So some of these are definitely jellyfish. Like the one on the left is definitely moving like a jellyfish. But you can see how the turtles get confused. Coral grave. Definitely looks like coral rubble. Oh, hello. An octopus playing a box guitar. What are you doing? Playing music. What about the sun and the waves? This volcano. Oh, I'm not sure how to interpret that. I need to push the starfish? How do I get out of this? Another painting. It's a family down the bottom. I love the starfish that just goes blubble blubble. Blubble blubble. Oh my god, look at the fishing nets. I feel like I need to do... Ah, I can climb. Oh no! Oh no! I must have to hit spacebar at exactly the right time, I think. And a little pink blob floating around. What are you? Oh, we're going inside somewhere. Pilot cave. Oh no. He was stuck down here. Oh no. The controls are a little bit unresponsive. I mean, it's a beautiful game, so I'm not too worried about it, but... Blubble blubble. Why is that Sergeant Fit? No! Okay, so blubble blubble. Can I climb any of this net? I had to get the fish to butt it. Oh, we're in the aircraft. We're in the crashed aircraft. Oh no! It wasn't supposed to be a horror. It's full of dead peoples. No! Blobble blobble, sir. Indeed, blobble blobble. Another blobble blobble. So I can go up. I think I can also go down. I can. Oh, I don't know which way I should have gone. I should have gone up first. Heck. Blobble blobble? Yes. Oh, there's another dead person. Oh, we're... Dead stewardess. We're riding the stewardess trolley down to the bottom. Oh, my word. Ah! Ah! Oh, my word! Uh-oh. Have I woken somebody up? Oh, it's a hermit crab! I died, it did. Hello, you. You've lost all your shell. Oh, we're going up again now. Is something coming down? Oh dear. I think I just buried myself. No? Yeah, I think I just buried myself. So what am I supposed to do here? So not wait, probably. So go down. Get in the thing. Oh, well, I think I got run over that time. So, let you loose. Run away. Get in the hole. Let you go by. Immediately come out and run for it! Oh, I think I need to be faster. blobble, and indeed blobble. There's two ways here. I'm going to try going up first, I think. If indeed I can go up. I might... No, I can't go up. Okay, there weren't two ways. I was mistaken. It's not very expensive, this game, if people would like to get it from themselves. And... Oh, hello. Oh, his gas mask's off. Oh, he wants to eat me. No, eat me. He eated me a couple of times. Blubble, blubble. Ooh. Cutscene. Why has that person got a full diving suit and a suit on? Mind you. Oh. What the heck? It's weird. He's a slurper, not a chewer. The one that slurped me good. No? Oh, there's one of the workers? Question mark? Oh, we can hide in the wood, in the weeds. Oh, what happened to his... Oh, we stood on his watch. He's lost his watch. Go back for your watch. He's going back for his watch. Can we come out now? We can. I stood on his watch. Whoops. It's now an X watch. Blobble, blobble. Oh, what's happening here? I see a crab on the other side. Okay. How did that crab get into our room of doom? It's full of old tech, look. Okay, so I have to wait for him to do his thing on the other side of this, I think. Right. No, I can't run directly into him. We tried for science. Okay, so I definitely have to hide in that hole. Another big netted something. Is there something inside the net? Yes, and we can burn the net off it. There's a puzzle to get over there. Something glowing red in the background there. There's 2 crabs here. Okay. Okay. Oh God, how many of them? I've got to be faster about spamming the spacebar, I think. Because I see what I've got to do. Yeah, they're coming to get me. I got that. Oh well, more dead peoples. More glowing pictures. Oh my God! Hello? I've been picked up. Oh no! Hello? Well, hello. Oh no, look, all that fishing net on you. I mean, I get the coral and the starfish, but I don't think you want to be wearing all that fishing net. Yes. You're stuck in the fishing net. I get you. Can I help? Can I burn that fishing net off you? Your arm with the pipe is stuck. I can see that. Yes, I will use my lantern. Of course I will. There you go. Oh, it's a bubble pipe. Cute. Telling you about the volcano? Okay. But what I'm hearing is you got to punch all the starfish. Why would I punch all the starfish? They're all blobble blobbles. You need to go to the volcano? Do we reckon that's what that means? X marks the spot and the X is in a volcano? You gonna bubble me? Oh no, just transport me. Okay, thank you. Oh, I have a puzzle. But I want the puzzle. So how can I do anything? That resets. I don't see what I can... No. No. I'm just getting the hang of it, I think. No. I'm not getting the hang of it at all. I'm lying. No. It looked complicated. Yeah, I'm trying to work out. I've only got the AD space as usual. I think I've got to do yellow, blue, orange, but I've got one light lit up, so I need all three of the lights lit up. I keep pressing the space before going back. So, space moves the lever. Ah! I did it again. You'd think I'd learn. I do have WS, but I don't know that they do anything. I'll try it. You see, that doesn't seem to do anything in combination. The only time I really have luck is when I hit both of them. Oh, so frustrating. It reset? Why did it reset? Let's try and get the blue one first. Oh. Wrong. I have to do them in the right order. Well, heck. I've worked out how to do it, at least. That one's easy. The blue one's not so easy. No? Really? Do I have to go from the top to the bottom? Well, heck. Oh, thank you goodness. Okay, that's that problem done. Oh, hello. The lady's picking me up again. Where are we going now? Thank you. What are we talking about this time? Yeah, we've talked about all this before. Oh, what? To get to the volcano, we need to go across a broken something or other. Okay. I mean, not okay, but... Right, time to get the pipe again. Hello. What are we setting free this time? We set something free. And we've got a plane with more plane wing. More pictures on it. Oh, hang on. Ow! Rude. Very rude. He's laughing at me. I couldn't actually move. So rude. So rude. Weird Fishes, Chapter 2. Rubber gloves everywhere. I'm assuming we've got to stay out of the light. Huh? What was that noise? Find the hero in a box Easter egg? Staying in the shadow. Staying in the shadow. They're talking about the same thing I've got to find. I must take a picture of that going over? Okay. Okay, so there's a thing up. Oh no! I got caught in a net! Okay, so what have we got to do here? I've got three buttons and a handle. Okay. So I've got a broken starfish, which I assume I don't want, a jellyfish, or waves. Starfish. So how do I know which one I want? They've all got a broken one, but I'm assuming that's not the answer. No, it is not. I don't see any environmental thing or anything that... I mean, is there any correlation? I've got 3 things on each one. Snail up the wet mountain? Oh! Plant, animal, mineral, maybe? Your animal. Nope, not that. Is there anything in here which suggests the right order of things? I can't see anything. So how are we supposed to tell? The pink on the left doesn't change at all. Hang on. So the broken one there is waves. We've got waves. The broken one here is plant. It's difficult to tell actually. We got plant. And the broken one here is starfish. Maybe I need the ones that aren't broken. It's a theory. It's a wrong one. Were you able to look at the thing the dude dropped? I thought you saw him drop something when he pulled out the camera. He dropped his briefcase. Like the case he was carrying. At this rate, I'm just going to try every permutation. So, got snail. That apparently was right. I don't know why that was right. I was just trying and erroring. A box of stuff. What? Oh, is this where I get the answer? This is where I get the answer. Oh, I'm hiding in a fish box? I mustn't look. I mustn't look. I must stay hidden in my fish box. And I must jump out before my fish box gets cooked. Don't want to be cooked in my fish box. That would be bad. No, I got caught. I didn't oh no. Where are we going? This time I need to run a bit faster, I think. There's a dude, yes. He's running after me. Run! Run, small child, run! Run! Keep running! No! No! Trip, death 20 times. What? Oh, there we go. We're in a box again. Keeping our head down. Keeping our head down. Trying not to get cooked. Are we going to get out? I think we're going to get out this time. You see nothing. What? I hit the spacebar when it told me to hit the spacebar. I'm confused. How do I do this one? Do I just keep my head down all the time? But I'm then going to end up in the drink. Let's not put my head down at all. Okay. So the answer was don't keep my head down for that one. Okay. So much trash. So much trash. But that was enough to fill the hole in. I'm going to do the same again. Oh! No, there was a man lurking in the shadows. How was I supposed to know that? Okay. Right. Do it again. Does he turn up at all? I can't go that way. I'm not entirely sure what occurs. I've got to go that way, because otherwise I don't trigger him. And he's going to catch me. So what do I need to do? So that fills it in. I don't get another prompt to do anything, do I? Ah, okay. So instead of filling that one in, I can drop down. Okay. So I've got a hidey hole. This is the frustration of slightly janky controls. Huh. Maybe I do need to just hide in there and wait for him to move. I can't even get in there. I was fine the first time. Wow. Hi, Yoshi. Hi, Dan. How are you? Nice to see you. I'm being a bit frustrated by this puzzle game. Because I know what I've got to do. Well, I say I know what I've got to do. But I'm having jank with the controls. Like, I think I've got to get him to notice me. Maybe. But he won't go in there once the little man's turned red. What am I doing wrong? Can you stealth kill him? Unfortunately not. All I have is a lantern. I don't think running away in the opposite direction is going to help. Like, he's there. It's absolutely fine when I'm standing in front of it and he's not turned red. But as soon as he turns red... stops going in there. Can you hear me clicking the spacebar? You're doing good, better than yesterday? That's nice, Yoshi. I'm glad that you're better than yesterday. Yeah, running away that way doesn't help. Why can't I get in the hidey hole? I feel like the hidey hole is what I'm supposed to be doing, but then the controls are too jank for me to get it to work. Oh, there's a pipe behind. That's what I was doing wrong. Can't go any further that way. Can come out this way. Oh, well, I fell down a hole. That was not what I was supposed to do. Okay, then. Oh, well, I say that. I can go back up on the bubbles. Bubbles! Where am I now? All of the clickety-clickety-clicketies.